calmed down since you got gone. I bet you think I'm still sitting here alone, all tore up like a whiskey label, staring at the key that you left on the table. Hate to tell you, baby, but you got it wrong. No, I ain't missing you like crazy. Keeping better company lately. I'm doing alright for the shape I'm in, sitting by the fire with some damn good friends. Willie on my left, Jack on my right, blowing that smoke on a Friday night. Wheeling turned up on the JBL. Girl, you probably think I'm going through hell, but I don't care if you never come back, 'cause who needs you when I got friends like that? About this time you and I be tangled up. Yeah, but that's alright, this fire's been keeping me warm enough. Holding on to you, girl, who needs that? I got a wide knuckle grip on a whiskey glass. When it gets down to ice, I just fill it back up. On my own, girl, I might lose it, but I got buds to get me through it. I'm doing alright for the shape I'm in, sitting by the fire with some damn good friends. Willie on my left, Jack on my right, blowing that smoke on a Friday night. Wheeling turned up on the JBL. Girl, you probably think I'm going through hell, but I don't care if you never come back, 'cause who needs you when I got friends like that? Yeah, I got friends like that. Yeah, telling me I don't need you no more. Telling me I don't need you no more. This kind of thing is what friends are for. This kind of thing is what friends are for. Willie on my left, Jack on my right, and blowing that smoke on a Friday night. Doing alright for the shape I'm in, sitting by the fire with some damn good friends. Willie on my left, Jack on my right, blowing that smoke on a Friday night. Wheeling turned up on the JBL. Girl, you probably think I'm going through hell, but I don't care if you never come back, 'cause who needs you when I got friends like that? Yeah, girl, I got friends like that. Yeah, I got friends like that.
I was born in the heat, dancing out of the weeds like a wildflower. I'm no stranger to strange, wild at heart they say. In the lines I'm out, and baby still somehow loving you is wild, wild, wild. Like wild horses running, you got me feeling something so wild, wild, wild,
Remind me when I get bad news that I do not exist to die, but live to die while saving you. Does it bite at your edges? Do you lie awake restless? Why am I so obsessive, hanging on to every sentence? This town's the same as you left it. Your page is blank, but I read it. I still dilate 229931667. Oh, there was heaven in your eyes.
Once again, folks, we're just having some bulls assemble back here, so please come join us in the show and sale arena here at the John Deere Show and Sale Arena for the Battle of the Breed. Commercial choice Jackpot Bull Show here in memory of Brian Good.
Lost for a long time. Two parallel lines. Everything's alright when she calls me back. She calls me back.
I'm running out of tears to cry. They're gone before they hit my cheeks. Maybe it's the air out here, or maybe something's changed in me. If you think that you could wake me up, well, you don't know how well I sleep. You love me and I don't know why. I only call you once a week. Does it bite at your edges? Do you lie awake restless? Why are you so obsessive, hanging on to every sentence? This town's the same as I left it. My page is blank, but you read it. You still dial 822993167.
Oh, there was heaven in your eyes.
I was not baptized.
Everything's alright when she calls me back. She calls me back. Lost for a long time. Two parallel lines. Everything's alright when she calls me back. She calls me back. When she calls me back. All the pain I should have saved, though I was too afraid of living life in your footsteps, in your heart or in your head. Oh, I was too afraid of living life in your footsteps, living life in your footsteps, living life in your footsteps. Still she calls me back. Still she calls me. Some people around here don't know what to think about a down home boy with some uptown stuff. Got some big bullhorns strapped on a Eldorado, so they know it's me as soon as I pull up. Copenhagen in a Cadillac, spinning mud tires while I'm spinning out cash. You never seen country look quite like that, yeah. Copenhagen in a Cadillac.
Mama always said that I was a little different when she heard Biggie bopping on a burned CD. The very next song was Sweet Home Skinner. I'm a little hillbilly and a little old Jester. Copenhagen in a Cadillac, spinning mud tires while I'm spinning that cash. Never seen country look quite like that. Copenhagen in a Cadillac. Now come on. You know it, Joe. Good old honky tonk.
I'm $1,000 pappy in a styrofoam cup.
A chicken fried steak at the country club.
A two-piece suit with a camouflage hat.
Sipping fine wine out of a paper sack.
Like Copenhagen in a Cadillac.
Talk to us.
Spinning mud tires while we're spinning out cash. Get
So, folks, as you gather around, we are bringing bringing the bulls in to the ring here. We will be doing a Calcutta, and we will Calcutta 8 spots, and the 9th will be the field. So they're going to bring all the bulls into the ring, and as a purchaser, you will be entitled, if your bull wins, of the pot, 25% of the pot will be going to the Brian Good Memorial Scholarship. The remainder, 75% of the pot, will be split between the first, second, and third Calcutta winners.
Watched a California sunset, burned from orange to gold. Bought a pawn shop 6-string, sold my soul to rock and roll. Say if you ain't busy living, then you're just dying slow. I wanna say I've done it all by the time it's time to go. Where and when and what'll be the death of me will heaven only knows. It might be the highway, it might be these songs, it might be the whiskey or the smoke inside these lungs. Ain't no way around it, one day I'm gonna die. If something's gonna kill me, might as well be what makes me feel alive. I've loved a damn good woman, I've had to let one go. Road life's roller coasters, mountain highs and valley lows. Broke a hundred on 2 wheels, found revival on the road. The devil's always on my heels, but I keep him on his toes. And it might be the highway, and it might be these songs, it might be the whiskey or the smoke inside these lungs. Ain't no way around it, one day I'm gonna die. If something's gonna kill me, might as well be what makes me feel alive. Oh yeah. It might be the highway, and it might be these songs, it might be the whiskey or the smoke inside these lungs. Ain't no way around it, one day I'm gonna die.
All right, well, welcome, folks, to the inaugural Brian Good Battle of the Breed Commercial Choice Jackpot Bull Show. It is indeed a great pleasure to be here. Thank you very much to our sponsors, Canadian Angus Association, Verified Genuine Angus Beef, Angus GS, Alta Genetics, Angus Life, and Direct Livestock Marketing Systems, DLMS. Now, we have a field of bulls gathered here, and we're going to sell you the rights in terms of ownership for a Calcutta purpose here. And, folks, we're going to just open it up, and please wave hi. I'm on my own here today, so please make your bids good and plain and clear to me. And, folks, just so everybody's aware, there's going to be 25% of the Calcutta pot will be donated back to the Brian Good Memorial Scholarship. We will be doing that presentation today. The remainder of the pot will be split between the first, second, and third place Calcutta winners at a cut of 50% for first, 30% for second, and 20% for third. Okay, please refresh yourself. We have a show book that has all the information that will be provided to our judges. We have a panel of 3 judges that will be joining us at the conclusion of the Calcutta, and we will have a bracket showdown here. So with that, welcome everyone. We're going to sell you the first pick in the Calcutta. And tell me where you like it. Who'd say 5,000, 3,000, hib it into the give 3, hib it into 3,000, hib it into 2,000, hib it into 1,500, hib 1,000, hib it into 1,000, hib it into 2, 3, hib 300, hib it into 2, bid 3, hib it into 300, hib 3, hib it into 3, 4, 5, hib it into 5, 600, hib 600, hib it into 600, where hib it into 600, hib 600, hib it into 5, bid 600, hib 600, house 7, hib it into 7, 8, hib it into 800, if 800, hib it into 800, give 9, now 1,000, Kelly, if 1,000, hib it into 1,100, hib it into 1,100, sir, if have 11, heading into the 1100, 12, heading into the 12, at 12, heading into the now 13, heading into the 13, 14, 1400, heading into the 14 down here, at 14, heading into the 13's here, and now 14, 1400, heading into the 14, heading into the 1400, 15, 1500, 16, heading into the 1600, you have 16, heading into the 1600, heading into the 16, 1600, here we go, you have 1600, now 17, heading into the 17, 16, 17, now 18, heading into the 17, 1800, you have 1800, where, heading into the 1800, 17's vid, 1800, heading into the 17, 18, heading into the 1800, 1800's how, heading into the 17, 18, 1800, heading into the 17, 18, here we go, you have 1800, heading into the 17, 1800, I have 18, 1900, now 1900, now 1900, heading into the 18's bid, now 19, heading into the 1900, you have 19, you're all way down south, you gotta be 1900, if 19, heading into the 18's in my section, 1900, if 19, heading into the 1900, heading into the 18, 19, if 19, now 2000, you have 2, heading into the $2,000, heading into the 2, you have 2, heading into the 2000, go ahead, get a bot, 2000, heading into the 2000, heading into the 2000, you have 2, heading into the 2000, are you all done? Here we go, you have 2, heading into the $2,000 and a half, 2000, sold 1900, Sandy Bar at 1900. Now, Mr. Switzer, how many picks and which picks would you like? Bob, you got to go pick your bull. 1900 is Sandy Bar on the first pick. Hamilton Bull is gone at 1900. So Hamilton should be, it should be number, they're in bracket number 7. Okay. Sandy Bar and what? And Diamond B. Oh, there's a blast. There, you betcha. Thank you much. Sandy Bar and Diamond B at 1900. All right, second choice, the Calcutta. Let's go. 3000, 2000. You have 2. Hit into the 2000. Hit into the 1000. Hit into the 3, 4. Go 5. Hit into the 500. Hit into the 500. 4, 5. Hit into the 500. Hit into the 500. 5. Hit 5. Hit into the 500. Hit into the 500 down here. Hit 5. Hit into the 500. Be at 600. Hit into the 500. 600. Hit 600. Hit into the 7. Hit into the 7, 8. Hit into the 800. 800. Hit into the 800. Parkside 800. Hit into the 800. 800. Hit into the 800. Come on, 9. If 9. Hit into the 900. Hit into the 9. If 900. Where? Hit into the 900. If 9. Hit into the 900. Hit into the 900. Now 1000. If 1. Hit into the 1000. Hit into the 1000. If 1000. 1100. Hit into the 1100. Hit into the 1100. 12. Hit 12. Hit into the 1200. Hit 12. Yes, sir. Hit into the 12. Hit into the 1200. That's what comes after 11 is 12. Hit 12. Hit into the 1200. Hit into the 13. 1300. Hit into the 13. Hit into the 13. 14. 1400. Hit into the 1400. Hit 14. Hit into the 13. 1400. Here we go. Hit 14. Hit into the 13. Get 14. How did I have? Hit 1400. Hit into the 13's bid. 1400. So amount of 1300. Blair's.ag Cattle Company, Lanigan, Saskatchewan takes number. Takes number 4. Okay, at 1300. G2 is gone. 1300 to Blair's.ag. Go again. Let's go. 3, 4. Go 5. Hit into the 500. Hit into the 500 down here. Hit into the 5, 600. You have 600. Hit into the 600. Hit into the 600. 600. 600. You have 607. Hit into the 7. Hit into the 6, 7. You have 7. Hit into the 700. Hit into the 700. 800. If 800. Hit into the 7, 800. If 800 now 9. Hit into the 9. Hit into the 900. If 9. Hit into the 900. If 9. Hit into the 9. Hit into the now 1000. If 1. Hit into the 1000. Hit into the 1100. Hit into the 1100. 1000 bid 1100. Hit into the 1100. Hit into the 1100. 1100. Hit into the 1100. Here we go. Hit 11. Hit into the 1000. 11 out now 12. Hit into the 12. Hit 12. 13. Hit into the 1300. Hit into the 12. Hit 13. Hit 13. 14. 1400. Hit into the 14. 15. 1500. Hit into the 1500. Hit into the 1500. 1500. Hit into the 14. 15. Hit into the 14. 1500. Sold 1400 at 1400. Poplar Meadows Angus. Which number would you like? Hollinger's is gone. Chad, what number were you? 12? All right. Go again. 3, 4, go 5, pivoting to the 500, pivoting to the 4, 5, pivoting to the 500, hip 5, pivoting to the 500, pivoting to the 500 down here, hip 5, pivoting to the 500, pivoting to the 500 down here, hip 5, thank you, now 600, pivoting to the 600, hip 600, pivoting to the 600, pivoting to the 5, speed 600, here go, hip 600, pivoting to the 600, y'all done, hip 600, pivoting to the 600, pivoting to the 600, hip 600, pivoting to the 5, speed 600, hip 600, now 7, pivoting to the 67, hip 8, pivoting to the 800, pivoting to the 800, sir, hip 800, hitting to the 800, hitting to the 800, if 800, hitting to the 7s here, 800, if 8, hitting to the 7, 800, hitting to the 800, here go, if 800, hitting to the 7, 800, hitting to the 800 I have, if 800, hitting to the 7, 800, hitting to the 800, sold 700, you bet. Now that's going to be a conglomerate, is that right? So you got Double F Cattle Company, Lock Farms, and I Hill. Which bull would you like, fellas? Takes Merritt's bull, okay, at 700. Trent, what's your number? 8. All right. Go again. 2, 3, go 4, hitting the 400, hitting the 4, hitting the 400, hit 4, hitting the 3, get the 400, hitting the 400, hit 4, hitting the 400, hitting the 400, 4 bid 5, hitting the 500, hitting the 4, get 5, hit 500, fire, hitting the 500, hitting the 4's bid 5, hit 500, hitting the 4, get 5, hitting the 500, hit 5, hitting the 500, hitting the 4's bid 5, hit 5, hitting the 500, hitting the 4, get 5, hit 5, hitting the 500, hitting the 500, are y'all done? Here we go, hit 5, hitting the 4's bid 500. I have 500, sold 400. Shiloh at 400. Take 6, buyer number 6, whoops, at 400. Yep. Thank you. So Shiloh at 400 takes bull number 6. Okay, so we're going to sell one more, and then we're going to sell the field, okay? Ready to go 2, 300, hitting to the 2, 300, hitting to the 300, hitting to the 300 down here, hitting to the 300, 2, 3, hitting to the 300, 4, hitting to the 3, get to 400, hit 4, hitting to the 3, bid 4, now 5, hitting to the 4, 500, hit 5, hitting to the 500, hitting to the 500, Raj, hit 5, hitting to the 500, hitting to the 4's bid 5, hit 5, hitting to the 500, hitting to the 4's bid 5, hit 5, hitting to the 500, hitting to the 4, 5, hit 5, hitting to the 500, y'all done, hitting to the 4's bid 500, hit 5, 500, sold 400, 400, is that Ranch Covey Hill? Ranch Covey Hill. Which bull would you like? Number 1, you bet. I believe that's the Mac Angus bull, right? You bet at 400. Ranch Covey Hill. Thank you, guys. All right. All right, Roger. We're going to sell the field now. All right, we will sell you the field now, okay? It's a 2, 300, hitting the bit, you're buying the field, hitting the bit, 2, 3, 4, hitting the bit, 3, get it 400, 5, hitting the bit, 500, hit 5, hitting the bit, 600, hitting the bit, 600, 7, hitting the bit, 7, hit 7, hitting the bit, 700, now 8, hitting the bit, 7, 800, if 800, hitting the bit, 7, 800, you're buying the field now, 7, 800, hitting the bit, 800, hitting the bit, 800, give 9, if 9, hitting the bit, 900, hitting the bit, 8 spin 9, if 9, hitting the bit, 900, are you all through? If 9, hitting the bit, 8 spin 900, I have, give 900, 900, sold them out at 800, 800. Oh, you tied them up. Yep. 8, now 900. 900, now 1,000, now 1,000, now 1,100, now 1,100, go ahead, 1,100, now 12, hit it into the 13, hit it into the 13, 13, hit it into the 13, hit 13, hit it into the 1,300, now 14, 14, 15, hit it into the 1,500, hit it into the 1,500, hit 15, hit it into the 14, 15, y'all done, 14, 1,500, sold 1,400, that's going to go 66 Ranch. Duchess Alberta takes the field. Thank you very much. All right, we're going to tally that, and we'll figure that all out. So, have you texted Miles? Yeah. Okay. He's on his way with the judges. Okay. They were... All right, if you purchased a bull in the Calcutta, please come over and pay Belinda for your purchases, please. Okay. Well, we raised $7,500 for the scholarship fund and the Calcutta winners there. So, folks, put your hands together. Thank you very much. Now, hopefully, everybody's had a chance to get a program. In the program, we'll detail each of the bulls that will be shown in the bracket show here, and it has tracks all their pedigree and their Angus GS information here. So please take a good look at the program. Also pictured are all the dams. All the dams are pictured in the catalog. So all this information that if you do have a program, the judges will also be provided with that. Once again, a big thank you to our sponsors, DLMS, Alta Genetics, Angus GS, Verified Genuine Angus Beef, Angus Life, and the Canadian Angus Association. Miles is here, and we're going to bring our judges out now. And it's my pleasure to introduce you to your first judge. Our first judge, all the way from British Columbia, is Mr. Steve Brewer. Steve represents the largest Angus bull buyer in Canada. With last year, he purchased 150 Angus bulls and transferred in 2023. He currently manages over 13,000 cows on the 4 properties: Alkali Lake Ranch, Risky Creek Ranch, the Gang Ranch, and Douglas Lake Ranch. All the way from Douglas, BC, Mr. Steve Brewer. There he is. Our next judge comes from Lacombe, Alberta. It will be Mr. David Saretsky. David is a lifelong member of the cattle business. He's one of the founders of international beef brand Authentic Angus and has shipped over 300,000 kilograms of Canadian Angus endorsed beef to Europe. He manages a commercial operation of 350 cows and grazes 400 Angus yearlings. He's on the board of directors for the Alberta Livestock Dealers and Order Buyers Association, the Canadian Livestock Dealer Association, LIS in Alberta, and Canadian Cattle Identification. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. David Saretsky from Lacombe, Alberta. Our final judge for today is a third-generation rancher. He operates a cow-calf operation and grasses 1,000 yearlings annually. He runs the Melita, a weekly cattle sale at Melita. He is the past president of the Canadian Livestock Markets Association from Taylor Auctions out of Melita, Manitoba, Mr. Brock Taylor. So we have our judges. We good, Miles? All right. And this, we're going to have a bracket show, and this will be a double knockout show. So with that, in our first bracket, for a round of $200, we're going to have Mac Angus and Justamere. And the judges will have approximately 5 minutes to evaluate the bulls.
I've made my peace with God. I ain't afraid to die. If something's gonna kill me, might as well be what makes me feel alive.
So entry number 1 is the Mac Shade 23L, exhibited by Mac Angus. Entry number 2.
But I feel bad for him and all the hell you gon' be putting
Yeah.
him through.
Yep, that's correct. Yep.
We're a burnt out flame. Probably
Entry number 2 is the entry of Justamere Farms, Lloydminster, Alberta. And this is Justamere RSR Reliance 702L, exhibited by Justamere Farms Limited.
when you're riding where he's driving, are you missing my street? Every time you close your eyes, tell me who do you see? When you're tasting what he's drinking, are you thinking about me? Coming over tonight, wish that tuck in your drive was mine, just like you know it's supposed to be. When you're up in his bed, am I up in your head, making you crazy? Tell me, baby, are you thinking about me? Are you thinking about? Are you thinking about? When you're tasting what he's drinking, are you thinking about me? Do you hide your phone? Did you change my name? When he wants to go to, I go to place. Do you tell him you can't? Then go out of your way to be somewhere, any damn where I ain't. When you're tasting what he's drinking, are you thinking about me? When you're riding where he's driving, are you missing my street? Every time you close your eyes, tell me who do you see? When you're tasting what he's drinking, are you thinking about me? Coming over tonight, wish that tuck in your drive was mine, just like you know it's supposed to be. When you're up in his bed, am I up in your head, making you crazy? Tell me, baby, are you thinking about me? Are you thinking about? Are you thinking about? When you're tasting what he's drinking, are you thinking about me? Don't know where you at, girl, I know where you ought to be. When you're tasting what he's drinking, are you thinking about me? When you're riding where he's driving, are you missing my street? Every time you close your eyes, tell me who do you see?
All right, we have 1 minute remaining.
Are you thinking about me? Coming over tonight, wish that tuck in your drive was mine, just like you know it's supposed to be. When you're up in his bed, am I up in your head, making you crazy? Tell me, baby, are you thinking about?
So as you can see, we have 2 bulls in the ring. The judges are going to have their paddles. And the bull on the left, if they want to select that bull, they will hold up the paddle in their left hand. If they're voting for the bull on the right, they put the paddle in their right hand and hold it up.
She talks about the future like she's flipping through a magazine. Finds the beauty in the thrown away and broken things. Gets excited about all my crazy dreams. Got every sunset that she's ever seen memorized. Saves him away for a rainy day or stormy night. Sky's brighter looking at it through her eyes.
All right. We get our final bull back into position. Judges, do you have your paddles? You all have your paddles? All right. So, judges, please put the paddle and raise it up in your hand for the bull that you so desire. 1, 2. All right. So the bull on the right, entry number 2, Justamere. We'll move on to the round of 600. Okay, and we will see the Mac Angus bull back in the round of 100 in the B bracket.
She reminds me that it ain't too late to start again. Fine is good, but you need some blue every now and then. How'd I live so long without her? It's tough.
All right, so now we should be on to bracket number 2. This will be the entry of KT Ranches in G2. Going head to head here in the round of 200. This is KT Patagonia 3172, exhibited by KT Ranches. And your second entry is the entry of G2, Gustafson Genesis 3004L, owned by G2 Cattle.
Change the breeder on the GT to G2,
You bet. Just make this a change in your program that G2 is the breeder of Genesis 3004L, not Dusty Rose Cattle Company, folks. So G2 is the breeder of 3004L.
If you wanna know when I stop leaving my stuff on purpose, just so I can come back and get it when the sun starts burning. Take your name out of my phone in the long way home so I don't pass your place. You say that you wanna know when I get moved on, I could ask you the same thing. I will when you do, but you won't, so I wish like hell that I could get you gone, but I can't. Turn the light off on that front porch, turn the lock when you knock on my door. If you wanna know when I'm gonna go and get over you, well, I will when you do, I will when you do. Looking in your eyes is like a starless sky, but I pretend I don't know 'cause it'll hurt to say.
1 minute remains.
Where do we go wrong? How do we lose it all? When do we say enough? Who's gonna take the blame for a heart when it breaks? Who's gonna give this up? No, I will when you do, but you won't, so I wish like hell that I could get you gone, but I can't. Turn the light off on that front porch, turn the lock when you knock on my door. If you wanna know.
All right, judges, time is up. We do ask you to get your paddles ready. And with that, moving on to the round of 600 is bull on the left. KT Ranches moves on to the round of 600. That'll put G2 in the B bracket on spot number 2. We're now into our third round of 200, and we'll have entries from Kenray and Shiloh going head to head here. The entry from Kenray is Red Kenray Ninja 11L. That's entry number 5. Entry number 6 is the entry of Shiloh Cattle Company with Shiloh Loyalist 1L. Judges, you have 5 minutes. Pardon me, 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes. So we crank up the heat on you a little bit here. Yeah.
I gotta go now, I don't know when I'll be back. The life I live is taking my soul. If you weren't sticking around, I'd lose all hope. I'm taking off for the company man.
Judges, 1 minute remains. All right, judges. We'll ask you to make your selections here and see who moves on to the round of 600 is. Bull on the right, entry number 6 from Shiloh. Congratulations. You're moving on to the round of 600. Ken Ray moves to the B side. To spot number 3 on the B side. In your next round of 200 will feature Arda Farms against Merritt Cattle Company. This is the entry of Arda Farms with Arda Jailhouse 483L. Owned and exhibited by Arda Farms. Entry number 8. Merritt Cattle Company. With Merritt Action 3011L. Owned and exhibited by Merritt Cattle Company. 3 minutes. Judges, you are on the clock with 3 minutes. Judges, you have 1 minute remaining. Seconds. 30 seconds remain. Are you ready, judges? All right. And with that, the bull moving on to the next round of 600 is the bull on the right. Merritt moves on to the next round of 600. Entry from Arda Farms moves into the bracket spot number 4 on the B side. Our next bracket features Brandy Lane Cattle Company and J Square S Angus. Brandy's Black Ties, entry 211. Roper Sun, exhibited by Brandy Lane Cattle Corp. Entry of J Square S is entry number. It's number 10.
Everybody wanna know where did all the cows
J Square S Jailbreak, 326L in Alcatraz, Sun. Owned by J Square S Angus,
maybe it was all the
from Grayson, Saskatchewan. Judges, you are on the clock.
but it ain't none of that. Laid 'em all low. Yeah, believe me, I know. It was that midnight stare. Look in her eyes like a knife to the heart. It was that poison kiss. Cherry red lips, oh my God. Leaning up against the bar, and I know it wasn't a smoke. It wasn't a drink, and I've got to prove. If you wanna know what killed the cowboy, a girl like you. The way she does it wasn't just another rodeo. Lipstick kiss on a mirror, that was all she wrote. It's supposed to be me, right in a way, but I'm tied in a bed she made. It was that midnight stare, look in her eyes like a knife to the heart, and it was that poison kiss. Cherry red
What's that?
lips, oh my
1 minute remaining, judges.
against the bar, and I know it wasn't a smoke, it wasn't a drink, and I've got to prove. If you wanna know what killed the cowboy, well, she's off in the sunset, she's out on a run, bet she's halfway to Jackson by now.
Time is up.
And now I'm heartbroken to hell, and I'm drowning in the
And the next bull moving on to the round of 600 is. No. Nope, Brandy Lane. We have 2 votes for Brandy Lane and 1 for J Square S. So Brandy Lane will move on to the next round is 600. J Square S will move into spot 5 on the B bracket.
the cowboy, a girl like you.
We're now in a now we're into bracket number 6. We have entries of JT Livestock and Hollinger Land and Cattle. Judges, you are on the clock.
If tomorrow I lost it all, and everything that I had was gone, when there's nobody else to come,
JT Friction 77L is exhibited by JT Livestock Limited.
when the world tries to keep me down, and there's nobody else around.
An HLC Maverick 283L is exhibited by Hollinger Land and Cattle.
Brought me to tears, my bro for years told me no, say he ain't got it. Ran it up and I ain't
1 minute remains, judges. All right, judges, we are at time. Your next entry moving on to the round of 600 is... Grab some paddles here. The entry of JT Livestock. We'll move on to the round of 600. Hollinger Land and Cattle will be spot number 6 on the B-side bracket. Our next entries, bracket number 7, will be Harvest Angus and Hamilton Farms. The entry from Harvest Angus is Harvest Bel Air 217L. Bred and owned by Harvest Angus. Entry from Hamilton Farms is HF Pro Star 97L. Owned and bred by Hamilton Farms. Judges, you are on the clock.
It was always hotter than the grease she used to fry that chicken. Smelled like Marlboro Reds and all the butter from her biscuits. That Lincoln in the driveway circa 1982 was on the shiny side of rusty and on the pale side of blue. Cussing and complaining weren't allowed in Mama's house. If every nightstand had a Bible, every front porch had a swing. If every backyard had a garden, every front door had a screen. Well, maybe this
Judges?
world will straighten up and slow.
Judges, you have 1 minute remaining.
If every town had a Mama's house. She'd ask if I was hungry every 30 seconds. Say things like hellfire, tarnation, and I reckons it's where I spend my summers. She put me to work, shelling peas and shucking corn till my fingers hurt. No telling who I'd have been without them house.
Judges, you have 30 seconds. Are you ready there, fellas? All right, moving on to the round of 600 is. Let's make your selections. All right, Miles, you're gonna have to 2 votes for the bull on the right. So Hamilton Farms. Hamilton Farms moves on to the round of 600. Harvest Angus will move into slot on the B slot or on the B bracket to number 7. So Hamilton's on to the round of 600.
And a bigger glass of tea. If every nightstand had a Bible, every front porch had a swing. If every backyard had a garden.
Now into your 8th bracket here on your A side. This will be AJ Angus and Blair's West. AJ Angus has AJA Eyes on You 306L. Owned and exhibited by AJ Angus. Blair's West has Red Blair's West Resurgence 14L. Owned and exhibited by Blair's West Land and Calico.
I sure know for one thing I'm no better on my own. I could see us on a Wednesday, but for now all I know is that you like going out with your friends on Friday and a vodka soda splash of crayons. Always gonna be your reason for singing along, not missing a word to a JB song. Sunrise is something we never see. Saturdays are spent deciding where to eat. When Sunday rolls around, our time is through. All I know is the weekend. What do you do on Tuesday when you get home from work? Between shooting me a text, hanging with your friends, do you throw your sweats on first? Before you take the dog for a walk, do you stop, do you talk to your neighbors, smile at strangers, argue with your mom, throw the TV on? Yeah, so far all I've got to go on is you like going out with your friends on Friday and a vodka soda splash of crayons. Always gonna be your reason.
All right, judges. This will be your final entry into the round of 600, and your finalist here out of bracket 8 is. Please raise your paddles. So we have, I believe, Miles, two right hands. You bet. Blair's West. Blair's West is going to move on. That'll be your final entry into round of 600. AJ Angus moves into your spot on the B side there on bracket 8. All right, you betcha. At this time, I'm gonna ask Steve Brewer to come forward. Steve, if you wouldn't mind making a question here for you. You can't talk in the mic. I'm going to give you that. You're going to try. So, Steve, thank you very much to be agreeing to be one of our judges. Do you just want to explain a little bit about Douglas Lake and what you're doing buying all these Angus bulls and your focus and vision for the future of Douglas Lake going forward?
Well, we're 13,000 cows spread up into 4 main divisions. The Gang Ranch was acquired last year. It was already an Angus herd, but because it's fairly rough country, we were having trouble with weaning weights. So we decided to turn that Angus herd into a terminal herd. We'll breed at Charlet, and then use Alkali and Risky Creek that are in the same area as our maternal herds, maternal Angus herds, that will supply replacements for the gang. That'll give us the ability to market a bunch more terminal cross calves, and still have close to 3,000 Angus cows on the maternal side, which should give us lots of replacements. Douglas Lake was based on a foundation Hereford herd, and over the years they started crossbreeding, using Angus bulls on the heifers, and then keeping those half-blood cows that turned into our crossbred herd that we breed Charlet terminal cross. And then just the way things are going, we decided that we're going to slowly phase out the Hereford aspect of it, and we'll go straight Angus on the maternal, and then still have the terminal cross herd.
Thank you, Steve. We appreciate that. We're now into the B bracket, and we will be starting the clock here. So on the B bracket, and this is a round of 100, you have Mac Angus competing against G2. So entry from G2 is Gustafson's Genesis 3004L. And your entry from Mac Angus is the Mac Shade 23L. Judges, you have 30 seconds remaining. Judges, are we all good? Dave, are you good? All right. With that, we'll have our judges make our selection here to see who moves on to the next round. And the bull on the left, I believe that's entry number 1, the entry of Mac Angus, will move on. The bull from G2, the Gustafsons has been eliminated. All right, so Mac Angus moves on to the $200 bracket on the B side. Your next bracket will feature Kenray Ranch and Art of Farms. And this is entry red Kenray Ninja 11L, exhibited by Kenray Ranch. And your entry from Art of Farms is Arta Jailhouse 483L. Judges, you are on the clock.
Singing along, not missing a word to your favorite song. And you like going out with your friends on Friday in a vodka soda, splash of crayons. Always gonna be your reason for singing along, not missing a word to a JB song. Sunrise is something we never see. Saturdays are spent deciding where to eat. When Sunday rolls around, our time's through. Someday, girl, our time won't be through. Yeah, I love the weekend. You.
Judges, you have 1 minute remaining.
Every now and I'm bad this time. It's like she knows I'm lonely.
All right, judges, moving on to the next round of 200 is I believe Kenray Ranch. Is that right? Kenray Ranch moves on to the next round of 200. All right. Our next bracket on the B side will feature J2S and Hollinger Land and Cattle. The Battle of Eastern Saskatchewan. First in the ring is J2S Jailbreak 326L, exhibited by J2S Angus. The entry from Hollinger Land and Cattle is HLC Maverick 283L. Judges, you are on the clock. Judges, you have 1 minute remaining.
alcohol. I don't want none at all. I just want you. No, I just want you.
All right, judges. The next bull moving on to the bracket at 200 is on the B side. So the bull on the left, I believe. Yes, J2S Angus moves on to the bracket of 200 on the B side. Okay, this is your final bracket to move on to the round of 200 on the B side. And this will be Harvest Angus and AJ Angus. Judges, you are on the clock. Your first entry is Harvest Bel Air 217L. And your second entry is AJ Eyes on You 306L, exhibited by AJ Angus.
You know it pisses me off when it's 3 a.m. and you come home drunk from the bar. And I know you hate when my phone lights up from the next and you get left in the dark. I drive you crazy.
So, Belinda just handed me a sheet here of the $7,500 raised through the Calcutta. We're very fortunate to donate $1,875 of that money to the scholarship in Brian Good's name and his memory. So your first place winner in the Calcutta will receive 50% of the $7,500, or pardon me, 50% of the money, $2,812. In second place, $1,687.50. And third pays out, I believe that's $1,125. So, some nice money on the line here. At this point, too, we'd like to introduce Julie Sharp. Where's Julie at? Julie, kind of give us a bit of a wave. Julie is the Canadian Angus Foundation Ambassador for 2023-2024. So, welcome, Julie. Thank you very much for joining us. Wait, we're out of time? Judges, you have 30 seconds remaining. All right, judges. The next bull moving on is the bull on the left. So I believe that's the bull, the entry of Harvest Angus. Moves on to the round of 200 on the B side. All right, at this time, Brock, as we get things set up on the A side, Brock Taylor, got a few questions for you. Brock, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. Why don't you explain to everybody here how you see the Angus breed and as far as it goes from the marketing standpoint, all the advantages the breed provides at the auction mart and grassing level situations.
That's a good question, Ryan. Angus breed it's just got so many avenues. There's avenues that some of the other breeds just aren't fortunate enough to have, where the Angus, you can mix an Angus where it needs to be mixed to get those, whether you're looking to keep easy keeping cows and good maternal cows, good milking cows, you want to take some cattle to grass, you're going to take those Angus bulls and mix them with a little more exotic cow and take those cattle to grass and see some stretch and some real gain to those cattle when they go to the feedlot as yearlings. I think that's, they're just so versatile that, and they've come such a long ways. these bulls here today, the stretch and the bone structure in them has just come a long, long ways.
Awesome. Thank you, Brock. We're now into our round of, we're into our second bracket. I bet we're shooting for $1,750 now. Or pardon me, we're on the round of 600, pardon me. Your first entry in will be the entry of Justamere Ranches, Lloydminster, Saskatchewan, and your second entry in is KT Ranches. Judges, you are on the clock. Entry from Justamere Ranches is Justamere RSR Reliance 702L, exhibited by Justamere Farms Limited. Entry from KT Ranches is KT Patagonia 3172, exhibited by KT Ranches. Working on the round of 600 here. Judges, you have 1 minute remaining. All right, judges, moving on to the round of $1,750. Out of this bracket will be, go ahead. All right, the bull on the left, Justamere, moves on at $1,750 level. KT will now go to the B-side bracket, and there'll be entry 16 on the B-side bracket if you're keeping track there. Oh, pardon me, 13. Oh, I see. We're starting at the bottom over here. KT will be entry 13 now on the B-side bracket. Thank you for catching that, Roger. In this bracket, we have Shiloh Loyalist 1L, exhibited by Shiloh Cattle Company. And Merit Action 3011L, exhibited by Merit Cattle Company. Judges, you are on the clock. Judges, you have 1 minute remaining. Judges, you have 30 seconds. All right, judges, that is time. I do ask you to grab the paddles. And moving on will be the entry of Merritt Cattle Company moves on to the round of 1750. All right, Shiloh will move into spot, what did we say here? 14, spot 14, Shiloh. Your next bracket at a bracket 15 will feature Brandy Lane Cattle Company and JT Livestock. The entry from Brandy Lane Cattle Company is Brandy's Black Tie 211L, exhibited by Brandy Lane Cattle Company. Your entry from JT Livestock is JT Friction 77L, exhibited by JT Livestock Limited. Judges, you are on the clock.
This morning with her inside of my head, it almost felt so real that I forgot that she lived. So today might be the day that I might just call her baby. The man in the mirror talking back tells me I'm talking crazy. Mine's been on a bender, I hate the way I miss her. I tried but can't forget her so. I just need some daylight savings to save myself from seeing her. These late night cravings make me think and toss and turn on every light, pull every blind.
Judges, you have 1 minute remaining.
Never thought the man on the moon and the stars in the sky would break me down. I just need some daylight savings. I just need some daylight savings. Has it been a couple days or a couple months? I lost count. Since she packed up and she drove away in that dust cloud. Can't say that I blame her for leaving like she did, but I'm begging to the maker for one wish. I just need some daylight savings to save myself from seeing her. These late night cravings make me think and toss and turn on every light, pull every blind up inside of this house. Never thought the man on the moon and the stars in the sky would break me down. Just need some daylight savings.
All right, judges. Our next finalist moving on. Please grab your paddles. Will be the bull on the right. The bull entry of JT Livestock. Okay. Brandy Lane now moves down to the bracket of 200. And they will be faced off against Ken Ray. Okay, on the B side. All right, this is your final bracket on the A side for the round of 600. We'll have the entry of Hamilton Farms with HF Pro Star 97L, exhibited by Hamilton Farms. You have an entry from Blair's West. Red Blair's West Resurgence 14L, exhibited by Blair's West Land and Cattle Company.
Sat down on a bar stool like a darn fool. She walked out again. Bartender said, I got you. Yeah, 'cause I too have been in your boots, my friend. Opened up back in 85. Got me over my first wife. And stayed
Judges, you have 1 minute remaining.
the story old as time. God made the world in 7 short days. He said it was good, I bet it was great. And God made a man, and man got lonely. He said, please, Lord, if I could only have an angel to hold in my arms. So God made a girl his best work of art. Oh, but he didn't make no place to go when she breaks your heart. So man made a ball. Some guys it's a good time. The half pride, half dozen buckets of beer. Some say it's a cover band.
Judges, you have 30 seconds remaining.
While they're here, didn't go the way he planned it. Damn, the devil did some damage. So God made the world 7 short days. Said it was good, I bet it was great. God made a man got lonely. He said, please, Lord, if I could only have an angel to hold in my arms.
All right, judges. This will be your final entry to go to the round is $1,750. In the next round, go ahead, raise your paddles. And that will be the bull on the left. Congratulations, Hamilton Farms. They're quarterfinalists. Blair's West will now move to the B bracket. Yeah. And the way the bracket's set up. Yeah. You're going to be the lead bull here, McGuire. So on the B side, your first bull in is the entry of Blair's West Cattle Company with Red Blair's West Resurgence 14L. And you have an entry from Mac Angus with the Mac Shade 23L. Owned and exhibited by Mac Angus Farms. We're on our B bracket in the second round. And judges, you are on the clock.
I got a song, I'm about to sing it. She left a note, so I started drinking. Bartender, pour anything you want on ice. I got a song, and it goes like Jack, Jim, key lime, apple pie. This is my getting over her till I'm passed out. Drink a bye, my baby's long gone. Sadder than a steel in a country song. Raise your glasses to the rafters and help me sing along tonight. Tonight, drink a bye. Yeah, I don't know where she's at,
Judges, you have 30 seconds remaining.
but all I know is I might get lucky 'cause I'm 2 shots in with a 10 from Mississippi. Little drink Patron, get me going and sing along with me. Going Jack, Jim, key lime, apple pie. This is my getting over her till I'm passed out. Drink a bye, my baby's long gone. Sadder than a steel in a country song. Raise your glasses to
All right, judges.
help me sing along
Please grab your paddles. It's time to make your selection. Moving on to the round of $400 on the B-side bracket is. I'm going to say the bull on the left, so that's going to be the entry from Blair's West. Congratulations. All right, you bet. Now we're on to bracket number 18. This will feature Brandy Lane going head-to-head with Ken Ray. And this is Brandy's Black Tie 211L, exhibited by Brandy Lane Cattle Corporation. And Red Ken Ray Ninja 11L, exhibited by Ken Ray Ranch Limited. Judges, you are on the clock. Judges, you have 1 minute remaining.
Every time I walk in, there you are, even when it ain't you. I'm gonna miss my favorite spot, but seeing your car in the parking lot got me thinking this is harder than I thought, I bet you don't walk in a room, look around, praying I ain't in it. Bet you don't get that pain in your chest every time your phone starts ringing.
30 seconds remain.
And you don't see me when you close your eyes, and you don't still want what got away from you, but I still do.
All right, judges, please make your selection. And with that, the entry of Ken Ray Ranch will move on.
Ever tell your friends that you miss me? Or in some weak moment you pretend it's still how we used to be. 'Cause that's the world I'm living in. Wish I can just snap out of it. Can't believe I'm still doing this.
I will.
Bet you don't
Right on. Welcome.
walk in a room, look around, praying I ain't in it. Bet you don't.
All right, this bracket is bracket 19 and features Shiloh versus J Square S.
Don't see me when you close your eyes, and you don't still want what got away from you, but I still do.
All right. Entry from Shiloh is Shiloh Loyalist 1L, exhibited by Shiloh Cattle Company.
I still care, I still see you everywhere. I'm still home.
Your entry from J Square S is J Square S Jailbreak 326L, exhibited by J Square S Angus. And there's about 1 minute remaining, judges.
Walk in a room, look around, praying I ain't in it. Bet you don't get that pain in your chest every time your phone starts ringing. You don't lie there awake at night, and you don't see me when you close your eyes, and you don't still want what got away from you, but I still do. Yeah, I still do.
And we are at time. So judges, please get out those excellent paddles. And moving on is the bull on the left. The entry of Shiloh Cattle Company moves on to the round of 400 on the B side.
Be too much. Let the way back winds and my old friends scatter like they were dust. I get to chasing that rainbow.
This will be our final bracket on the B side,
Nothing to show.
featuring KT Ranches with KT Patagonia 3172, exhibited by KT Ranches. And the entry of Harvest Angus with Harvest Bel Air 217L. This will be your final bracket of $400 on the B side.
Take my grudges and my old regrets, let them go. I wanna learn how to say a lot more yes and a lot less no. Girl, I wanna dance and shout and love out loud and come alive. I wanna be the guy too cool.
Judges, you have 30 seconds remaining. Judges, that is time. And moving on, in your final spot in your B bracket for 400 is the bull on the left, KT Ranches. Test. David. Got a few questions for you, David. David, why don't you tell us a little bit more about what you do and the role that the Angus breed plays in that?
Well, you know, the Angus breed has obviously played a pretty big role in not only what we do as a career, but just in my life in general, from, you know, meeting so many great people. But as it pertains to the breed, you know, we've developed our beef brand, our international beef brand, Authentic Angus, around the Angus breed and what it does and everything that these cattle are capable of, and marketing around the people that raise them. And, you know, as to what Brock said there, it's just such a versatile breed that's good in so many destinations around the world. When you go upstairs to that international room and you see folks from around the world coming to this show to see what Canadian producers think, so that they can make their breeding decisions around what, you know, these leading breeders are doing, is, you know, it's a feather in the cap for not only the Canadian Angus Association, but the Canadian cattle industry as a whole. So, you know, it's and to be part of this is just such a tremendous honor. I mean, you look at these cattle come through the ring and they're just so beautiful, and I could just imagine Brian Good and Doug Henderson watching from above, laughing at me as I sweat over these classes, looking at, you know, literally some of the very best Angus cattle in the entire world. And it's, you know, it's just an absolute privilege to be invited to be part of it. But yeah, I mean, in a nutshell, the Angus for what we do as a family is, you know, we look at these cattle every day. So it's a pretty big part of our life, Ryan.
Thank you, David. We are now on to the bracket 21. We are starting the clock. Judges, this will feature Justimere and Merritt Cattle Company. Justamir's entry is Justamir RSR Reliance 702L, exhibited by Justamir Farms Limited. Entry for Merritt Cattle Company is Merritt Action 3011L, exhibited by Merritt Cattle Co.
Brother lost his mind, the last falls, it his blood or his conscience to the alcohol. Did the Navy do him well, did he wind up sick, like every other brave boy from his rundown stick? You ever get tired of singing songs like all your pain is just another fucking sing-along? You ever get the time?
Judges, your time has expired.
Together in the right song.
With that, moving on to the next round. Go ahead and raise your paddles for the next entry moving forward. The entry on the left. That's the entry of Justamir Farms. Congratulations. So now, Merritt will go to spot 21 on the B bracket.
Don't give it a reason to follow. Let it be, then let it go. Let it be, then let it go.
Now we're on bracket 22. This will feature JT Livestock with JT Friction 77L, exhibited by JT Livestock Limited, and the entry of Hamilton Farms. This is HF Pro Star 97L, exhibited by Hamilton Farms. Judges, you are on the clock. Judges, you have 30 seconds remaining. All right, judges, that is time. At this point, please raise your paddles in the air. And with that, our finalist will be JT Livestock, with Hamilton Farms moving to spot 22 on the B side. All right, we're into our B-side bracket now. And your first entry will be Red Blair's West Resurgence 14L, exhibited by Blair's West Land and Calico. Then you have the entry of Kenray Ranch. Red Kenray Ninja 11L, exhibited by Kenray Ranch. Judges, you are on the clock.
I will stand my ground. I'm a bad man looking for takers. You're the finest thing around, so I will stand my ground. 'Cause it's cold out there, and you know some men search for ages for the love that I have found, so I will stand my ground. We were never made to run ever. We were just meant to go
Judges, you have 30 seconds remaining.
find what we were chasing after. I believe I found it here in your love. Honey, I will wait for you. Honey, I will stand my ground.
All right, judges, that is time.
For you, till my hands are tired of bleeding.
It's my second power surge in less than a week. I'm not flinching. All right, and judges, please go ahead. Raise your paddles for the bull moving on.
Like a team.
And we have 2 votes for the right hand. So that would be Kenray Ranch. We'll move on to bracket 25. We'll be facing Merritt.
We were never made to run ever. We were just meant to go long enough to find what we were chasing.
In bracket 24 here, we'll feature Shiloh Cattle Company against KT Ranches. And this is Shiloh Loyalist 1L, exhibited by Shiloh Cattle Company. Going head-to-head with KT Patagonia 3172, exhibited by KT Ranches.
I've tried the going out, running around with the party crowd. Yeah, I was acting like that heartbreak didn't mean anything. I've tried the burning it up and the shutting it down. Look how that turned out. I've done everything but giving into the pain. So tonight, I ain't gonna smile like it ain't hurting. I'm not drinking nothing but some straight up bourbon. I ain't gonna lie, I'm so lonesome I could cry. I'm gonna pour it out to the night bartender. Ain't going to the house till I forget to remember. Ever since you left, I've been trying to paint it red. But tonight I'm doing something new. I'm gonna paint the town blue. I'm gonna paint the town blue. Gonna find me a bar stool with a silver
All right, judges, that is time.
gonna fall to pieces like this.
Moving on your B bracket side will be
That I don't want back.
bull on the left. So that would be the entry of Shiloh Cattle Company. Congratulations. All right. We're still rolling on the B-side bracket here. We're going to have Ken Ray going head-to-head with Merritt here. Red Ken Ray Ninja 11L, exhibited by Ken Ray Ranch. And Merritt Action 30 11L, exhibited by Merritt Cattle Company. Judges, you are on the clock. Yeah. Yeah. Judges, you have 30 seconds remaining. All right, judges, that is time. Your next finalist for a round of $1,500 will be the bull on the right, Merritt Cattle Company. All right, now we're going to have Shiloh Cattle Company and Hamilton Farms. This is Shiloh Loyalist 1L, exhibited by Shiloh Cattle Company. And this is HF Pro Star 97L, exhibited by Hamilton Farms. The clock is on. Judges, you have 30 seconds remaining.
Where do
That is time. Judges, please make your selection. The bull on the left, Shiloh Cattle Company, will now move on. Yeah, Shiloh, we'll just keep the bull right in there. We'll be joined by Merritt Cattle Company. So because Merritt and Shiloh have faced, Merritt moves to bracket 27. Right? Yeah, okay. All right. At this time, before we go any further, I'd like to call Mr. Bob Switzer forward. Now, Bob Switzer of Sandy Bar Angus was a great friend of Brian Good's. He's a former president of the Canadian Angus Association, fair of the Canadian Angus Foundation. And he's here, good to see you, Bob, to present the inaugural scholarships to the recipients and their families. So, Bob, I'm going to turn the mic over to you. You're a great friend of the Angus business, and I'm sure you'd like to have a few words to say.
Well, thanks. It's a real honor to be asked to do this. Brian Good, or a lot of guys called him Brain God, but he's a friend of so many people in not only the Angus, but the livestock industry. The scholarship fund was established after the passing of Brian in 22. He retired from the Canadian Angus in 21 after 21 years of service. He was nicknamed Mr. Angus, as he's often called. He attended many events, auction marts. It's too numerous. I've traveled the world with Brian and on behalf of the Canadian livestock industry, and Brian was a very strong believer in the Spartan youth. Today he would be very proud of the three judges. I attended several times at the Douglas Lake Ranch or up at Alkali, where Steve is there with Mark Elliott and the crew. A lot of the crew is from Saskatchewan, so we were pretty proud of that. So, Brock, we've heard lots about the Melita Oxmart and all the good things you guys do to help out the industry, and Brian talked about all, but he also talked about Dave and his late dad, Tony, when they started their beef project overseas and a lot of things, but I have a lot of things in common with Dave, so we'll get at that after. But today we're very honored. This two scholarships are for the commercial-oriented commercial kids in Canada. There was 27 applications. It was only advertised for a short time, and we're so proud of the kids that were put. You should see some of these resumes. I didn't judge them, but it's pretty impressive. But so we're going to start with the second place winner today. She grew up in a commercial cow-calf operation in southern British Columbia. The herd was Angus-based. The recipient was first exposed to the Canadian Junior Angus program through the Beef and BC on the Canadian Junior Angus Board of Directors, and went on to serve the BC Junior Angus Association president. Today, I'd like to congratulate Sarah McDonald, who will be receiving a $2,000 scholarship today. Sarah will use this scholarship toward her education at the University of Saskatchewan, where she's working towards her Bachelor of Science in Agribusiness. Please come forward. Thanks.
Thanks, Bob. It's such an honor to receive this scholarship. I never had the pleasure of knowing Mr. Brian Good, but the stories that yourself and the folks in this room tell of him, I think certainly do him justice, and I'm honored to be part of the commercial Angus industry. Thank you.
Very well done. our first place winner, and for the first one, winner grew up in a cattle ranch in southwest Saskatchewan. As she grew older, the family began to crossbreed their Black Angus and transitioned to Black Baldies. Now running a full commercial operation based on Black Angus. She attends the university in the United States, where she is on the rodeo team, the Ag Business Club, and the Cattlemen's Women Club. She has a strong volunteer history, given her time as a teacher assistant at her church and her high school, where she also helped with events. She joined the university's student executive and recently began volunteering at local animal shelter and soup kitchen. I'd like to congratulate Lara Byerback, who's receiving a $3,000 scholarship today, and honor Brian. Lara will use the scholarship and towards her education at the Sam Houston State University, where she's studying agriculture business and considering her future career options. Lara, unfortunately, couldn't make it. She's been up here recently. Her grandma just passed away, and at 99 years of age, but her mom and dad are here to receive this today. Ryan and Tanya, will you please come forward? Boy, they're bashful all of a sudden. Hey, Ryan, congratulations. Say a few words for Lara.
Sure. Yeah, Lara was sorry she couldn't make it here today. Really appreciates the scholarship. She was super excited when she heard about it. Had a few questions for me about Brian, and I knew him a little bit. I didn't know him super good. I know him and my dad knew each other really well and got along really good. And I'd seen him around at all kinds of Angus shows and sales, and yeah, super honored. He's had a lot to do with the Canadian Angus industry and moving it forward, and yeah, we use Angus bulls at home, and they make, you know, the kind of cattle that ranchers need.
Thanks, Ryan. No, I forgot one thing. Belinda, you didn't write this properly. Anyways, it all started out, I trained a dog with the help of about 4 other people down in Arizona, and that's, you know, when you get a few drinks and you start thinking of things. But anyways, trained a dog, sold a bunch of memberships that are tickets on the dog, sold the dog at our sale. But a couple other people I want to really mention this deal. Johnny Fox and his group from Justamere raised some money at their sale. It was very generous. And also LMAC, which Brock is very associated with, Rick and the boys there from LMAC. Everybody pooled together, and so this is how all the scholarship money come available, and it's still ongoing. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Bob. We're back to our bracket show now, and this is going to feature Justamere versus JT Livestock. This would be for your champion bull. So you have JT Friction 77L, exhibited by JT Livestock, and Justamere RSR Reliance 702L. Judges, you have about 30 seconds remaining. Yeah. All right, judges. Yeah. Not ready? We'll give you a few more seconds.
So nobody took JTs or
Where's Kelsey Campbell sitting? Kelsey, right there? Yeah. Remember at the start, well, it was actually Melissa's idea, you say? Remember when you bought the field? I think it's going to pay really, really well today.
You ready, Dave?
All right, with that, judges, please grab your paddles. And we're going to have a champion bull, our first ever Brian Good Memorial Battle of the Breed Jackpot show. Go ahead, judges. We have two in the left hand, one in the right. Justamir, congratulations to the Fox family out of Lloydminster. You are the champion.
Okay.
Now we will have in our reserve champion bracket, we're going to have JT Livestock and Merritt Cattle Company. Congratulations to the Fox family. Congratulations to 66 Ranch. You took home $2,812.50 as your share of the Calcutta so far. So this is for your reserve champion bull.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, your entry for Merritt Cattle Company is Merritt Action 3011L, exhibited by Merritt Cattle Company. And your entry from JT Livestock is JT Friction 77L. Judges, you have 30 seconds remaining. All right, judges. Your reserve champion bull is entry on the right. Congratulations, JT Livestock. And that puts Merritt Cattle Company into third position. So, 66 Ranch places first and second in our Calcutta. Congratulations, Kelsey and Melissa, right? Kelsey and Melissa. And third place goes to Double F, I Hill, and Lock Farms. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here. It's been a great pleasure, and we'll see everybody next year.
What is black mean? Nothing. Is that $50? It's a drink. Okay, thank you. Actually,